The Knicks made a huge trade getting OG Anunoby, but they're not done yet. An anonymous NBA exec said New York got the big wing defender they were searching for, but they're not done. They're in a good place to make another big move. And what would that move be? We actually know who is guaranteed to get traded next. But the official deal was Knicks getting OG, Precious Achiuwa, Malachi Flynn, the Raptors getting Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, and a 2024 second from Detroit. Now, I have seen people say the Knicks lost the trade, the Raptors lost the trade, but the trade's not even done. Having OG is only so good if you get a superstar to win a chip. And to get that player, they still have 8 first-round picks to deal. Think about big star trades. KD got 5 first-round picks and swaps. Anthony Davis cost the Lakers 3 picks, a swap, and players. So the Knicks have the assets and will pounce. So they won this deal. OG wants to be in New York, an elite 3-and-D wing that every team wants. Tom Thibodeau will get the best out of him defensively. They also got Precious Achiuwa to fill in at center and Malachi Flynn. And all they gave up was RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley in a second. Toronto had multiple offers of 3 first-round picks last year. But RJ and the Knicks backup point guard, great. Now, I'm not saying that RJ Barrett is awful, but he was the number 3 pick behind Zion and Ja Morant. And dude can't create his own shot, is below average from 3. Quickley is actually the better asset. He's more efficient and a better playmaker. And if that's all the Knicks have to replace, they won this trade. But the Raptors are not done yet. They will trade Pascal Siakam very soon. How do I know? Because they owe a first-round pick to the Spurs this year, unless it is in the top 6. So, if they are bad enough to pick in the top 6 of the draft, they keep their pick. If not, it goes to the Spurs. So lose games! And Pascal is too good for that. Did you see him the first game after the trade? Unstoppable with 36 points in a win. You cannot have too many more wins. No, they want to build around Scotty Barnes and add a top 6 pick rookie. So where does Pascal go next? But first, today's video is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy, which I play basically every single night just to have fun. Win or lose, I love it. And I love playing Pick'em. You pick higher or lower with your favorite players, and you can up to 20x your money on a single night. And I would like to show you my 2 Pick'em picks for tonight. First up is Chris Paul's points, rebounds, and assists. We're going lower. He has only hit that number 1 time the last 10 matchups against the Nuggets. Secondly, Victor Wembanyama's points were going higher. It's his birthday. That's actually a really good reason to go higher. Best of luck if you're tailing those picks at your own risk, but again, we will have fun. Check out this map to see if Underdog is available in your area, but always use the promo code AMHOOPS. Not only will you double your deposit up to $100, but it really helps out the channel. Thanks so much to Underdog. Well, the official rumors are the Pacers, the Hawks, and the Mavericks. But then we got this report from Mark Stein in Dallas. The Mavericks have trade interest in Siakam, but one source described their interest as overstated. My sense is Siakam is not atop their wish list. Look, if he is not at the top of their list, those other teams will outbid him. I cross the Mavs off. So the Pacers and Hawks, they both make sense, but Atlanta's a little more desperate. So if they include Jalen Johnson, Pascal goes there. But the Knicks have an even bigger move coming up, and you can trace it back to when they hired Leon Rose to run their front office. Leon used to be the most powerful agent in basketball. He once represented LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Carmelo Anthony, all at CAA, one of the biggest NBA agencies that controls things behind the scenes. Clutch Sports does this with the Lakers. Clutch funnels guys to LeBron like Anthony Davis, Jared Vanderbilt, and Cam Reddish. But the Knicks are a CAA team. Like 3 months after getting hired, Leon Rose landed Coach Tom Thibodeau, a CAA client, to recruit Jalen Brunson in free agency. The Knicks hired his dad, Rick Brunson, as an assistant coach. Turns out Rick was Leon's first client at CAA. It is so obvious the NBA fined them for tampering. But 6 months ago, something weird happened. OG Anunoby suddenly flipped agencies from Clutch to CAA. And one of OG's new agents, Sam Rose, son of Leon Rose. How is this not even against the rules? Meanwhile, RJ Barrett fired his agent CAA and signed with one of their biggest rivals, WME. So it makes sense that an RJ Barrett for OG Anunoby trade happened. But that brings us to their next deal. Woj is the best source for this story because he is also a CAA client. That's why Woj beat Shams on the OG Anunoby trade. And Woj says New York will, 1, add a player at the deadline who helps with shot creation and is on a contract that his current team values but can't keep because of the luxury tax. Then add a player in the summer who will ask out after his team disappoints in the playoffs. And I'm sorry, that is only a handful of guys. And if you look at the CAA roster, you know who the Knicks will target. Devin Booker, Paul George, Donovan Mitchell, Cat, Andrew Wiggins, and Zion Williamson. Any one of those stars could lose in the playoffs, then ask out this summer. But out of that list, the Knicks need a true number one to compete for a title, and rumors say they don't think Spida is that guy. Mark Stein also said, initial indications are the Knicks don't intend to mount an all-out pursuit of Donovan Mitchell, but the Cavaliers signaled they aren't prepared to trade him anyway. So if Donovan Mitchell isn't good enough for the Knicks, I don't think Cat or Andrew Wiggins is either. So the real list is Embiid, PG, Book, and Zion. If one of those guys loses in the playoffs and wants to be a Knick, New York will pounce. But who is not on the CAA list? Julius Randle, and he used to be. Before this season, he fired his agent at CAA and went to WME, just like RJ Barrett. And like RJ, Julius won't be a Knick much longer. He's guaranteed to get traded if they can land one of these stars. Now, a lot of fans will say, but he's playing great. In the first 2 games after the OG trade, Julius dropped 39 and 35. Why would we trade him now? Because the Knicks need that in the playoffs. And Randle has never shown he can be that true number one. If anything, this hot streak ups his trade value to upgrade after the season. You want to sell high on Julius Randle. It's the only way to get a Paul George or Joel Embiid. But before that, they need a shot creator from losing quickly. There is way too much on Jalen Brunson right now. And for that, they actually go away from CAA to DeJounte Murray. Rumors say they are still going hard after him, and the Hawks are close to the luxury tax, so it aligns with what Woj predicted. Now, if they want to go cheaper, maybe Malcolm Brogdon or D'Angelo Russell, who are 2 playmakers on the trade block. Now, if the Knicks can pull all that off, and it's a big if, they will finally be a contender for the first time since the 1990s. It's because the owner, James Dolan, finally stopped meddling in basketball decisions and hired a connected, smart Leon Rose to run things. For 7+ years, they've been patient and stacking picks and talent, but now that patience is paying off. And if you want to see all about the DeJounte Murray trade, what went wrong, why are they trading him after just 18 months, and if the Knicks don't get him, who else could get them, I broke the whole thing down.